my beautiful adventurers. How are we this morning? Welcome to Elevate Thursdays, and today we're talking about questions to activate a growth mindset. So before we hop in, I want to know what you know about what a growth mindset means, right? Is this concept new to you, or is this concept old hat? Either way, I am going to dive into this because the growth mindset, or the concept of a growth mindset, is really important for you to continue to be able to expand in your business and to continue to evolve, right? A lot of people believe that the entrepreneurial journey just kind of stops, like you get to where you want to be, like the dream, and then it stops, but it doesn't. You are constantly evolving. So a growth mindset is one of those things that you really want to be able to cultivate so that you are able to continue to grow in a way that feels really fun for you. Aloha for those who are watching live. Hi, Irina. Beautiful for you to join me. Hi for those who are watching on Instagram as well and Facebook. Drop me a comment as we go along and your ahas, and I will get to them ASAP. So, what is a growth mindset? A growth mindset is really the mindset that gives you the ability to be able to continue to grow and continue to expand in your business. As I was saying before, this mindset allows you to keep evolving, and we're not stagnant people, we're not stagnant beings, and so we should, and I say should because we don't always, but we should be already in a place where we allow ourselves to grow. However, what happens to most adults, to most people who are a little bit older, they tend to get stuck, right? And I have totally been there as an entrepreneur. I've got stuck. I've thought that, this is it. And I've just stopped deciding that I wanted to grow. So did you hear what I just said? Deciding that you wish to continue to grow. Okay, so this really is like any mindset tool that you use. It really is about you making a decision that you want to change how it is that you think, and therefore how it is that you believe, and then therefore how it is that you act. Yeah. So a growth mindset is really, really important for you as an entrepreneur to continue to evolve, especially in the online space, because the online space moves really, really quickly, right? That's really rapid. And so technology changes, social media platforms change, the way that we engage with our clients change. Let me just pull some up. Oh, that's better. I have beautiful sunshine streaming on my face, but it's blinding me. So the way that online business works changes really quickly because it is dependent upon technology, right? And so therefore, for us as online entrepreneurs, we really need to have this idea of a growth mindset where we can constantly evolve and be flexible with the technology that we're playing with so that we can hit an audience that is worldwide. Am I right? Hi to those joining me Instagram. Hi, I don't know who you are. I'm trying to figure out. Let me have a look. Oh, it's Queenhood Finance. Beautiful. I love you. How are you? Those on Facebook, say hi to me as well. Hello, Facebook user and Facebook user. I'm not sure who you are. If you are on Facebook, allow StreamYard to be part of your beautiful experience so that I can see your face, or drop your name into the comments so I am addressing you specifically. All right. So the growth mindset, as I keep saying, is important for you to continue to evolve as an online entrepreneur and for you to keep up with what is going on, right? It also is just one of those things that, as I said before, we tend to lose as adults. We tend to lose this ability, or should I say desire, to want to grow. It's like we hit a certain age and we're like, done, I've done all the growing, I don't need to grow anymore. That's not true. And when you can adopt a growth mindset, it's almost like you give yourself permission to flow, to be flexible, to move, to evolve in your business, which, as you know, me being a soul-led business coach, a soulful business coach, that is what I want you to do. I want you to be able to evolve as not only a human being, but as a business person, as a spiritual being. And for you to do that, you have to want to grow, right? You do not stay the same. You will not stay the same. And the faster that you understand that you will not stay the same, the better, right? So let me just have a look at some of these. Flow and flexible, be like that. Exactly. You like that. Awesome. So why do you want to adopt a growth mindset. I have dropped a few things for you there, right? It allows you to be flexible. It allows you to continue to evolve in your business. It allows you to continue to keep up with the trends and the changes in the online space that are inherent in the online space. Yeah. But also because it just takes away any kind of residual resistance that you might have to learning. So when I often work with entrepreneurs who aren't newbies, right? They're really entrepreneurs who have been in the game for a while. They've been there for like 5, 6 years, and they're like getting a little jaded. They're like, far out. I have been doing this for ages and I'm not getting anywhere, and I just feel like I'm done. And they've kind of, where they've got with their mindset is stuck. Okay, so the opposite of a growth mindset is a stuck mindset, right? Not willing to budge, not willing to learn anything new, kind of just like stubborn, stuck in the mud. And obviously it's not their fault that they're there. They haven't had the successes they've wanted. They haven't had any of the kind of support that tells them that they need to continue to evolve and that this journey of ups and downs is real. They haven't had any of that. And so I can understand when people come in and they're jaded, right? And they don't have a growth mindset. They're like, I'm done. I don't want to learn anymore. So one of the first things I get them to do is really adopt this growth mindset with the energy of playfulness and curiosity. Yeah. So we want to adopt a growth mindset because, as I said before, it helps us to continue to evolve, especially in the online space with ever evolving technology that we rely on, so we can keep up to pace with that, right? And it allows us just to keep in that learning beginner's mind, right? And this allows us in turn to like take away any of the resistance that we might have as established entrepreneurs to change. Yeah, I'll say that again. It takes away any resistance that we might have as established entrepreneurs to change. So any resistance we have to change, if we can adopt a growth mindset, we allow ourselves to just drop that resistance, okay? Because it is a whole lot harder for you to stay where you are and to stay stagnant than it is for you to change. Can you hear what I'm saying? It is harder for you to stay where you are, to stay stagnant, than it is for you to change. So when you adopt a growth mindset, you melt away any of that resistance that you have about evolving. And as I keep saying, and I will keep saying it through this live, and I'll keep hammering this point down, you are meant to evolve. You're meant to change and grow. You're not meant to stay the same, okay? So let me just check some of these. Yay, I'm getting hearts on Instagram. Hello for those joining me on Instagram and on Facebook. Drop me a hello. Let me know that you have joined me and let me know what is dropping in for you. So let me have a look at the comments here on Facebook. Yes, you want to do growth mindset because it is satisfying, because it is exciting. Yes, exactly. So those attitudes are really important for you to be able to continue to grow. Yeah. So why do you want to adopt a growth mindset? One, because it keeps you relevant. It keeps you evolving with the online space that is rapidly moving forward with technology. Yeah. Two, because it melts away any of the resistance that you might have to change. And as I keep saying before, you're meant to change, you're meant to evolve, you're meant to continue on this growth journey as you keep going through, not only in business, but in your life, right? We are not meant to stay stagnant. And so it takes away any of that pain that we might have to wanting to grow. Yeah. And then, as I've kind of alluded to already, you want to adopt a growth mindset because it allows you to be flexible and it allows you to move with the times. Okay. So I'm sure that all of you know or have heard about when people, hi Spirit Muse on Instagram. Lovely for you to join me. Thank you for the hi. So a lot of you probably already know someone who you know is like being stuck in the mud, right? Stuck in their ways. I sure do. And like, no matter how much you try to get them to change, they're just like, no, I want it this way, right? As entrepreneurs, we really need to have this ability to be flexible and to move with the times, right? And it keeps us relevant. Okay. It keeps us relevant. Yeah. Now, there's some exceptions to that, right? Like with moving with the times, there are brands that definitely have established themselves as being in a certain era. And so, therefore, like that is their brand and that is what is attractive. But for most of us, we have to keep relevant and we have to be flexible and we have to be flexible with the technology that is being used in online space. And so, therefore, we want to be able to adopt this growth mindset. Having said that as well, it's not just about the technology, it's also about how we are evolving in consciousness and how you are evolving as a business person and what you're bringing to the table for your clients and audience, right? So you want to adopt a growth mindset because things in your field are probably growing and expanding, and more details are coming in, right? And you want to make sure that you are on top of your game, that you are continuing to be the leader in the space that you are in, right? And you cannot be there if you decide that I'm done, I know everything, I'm out, right? Every leader that I know, every expert in their field hasn't stopped when they've just been like, I'm at the top of the game. They are constantly learning, i.e., they have a growth mindset. They are always looking as to how to improve what it is that they bring to the table. And so you should too. Yeah. So drop me any questions that are coming in now. I know that I'm speaking very rapidly about these things, and I will be Queenhood Finance. Yes, I'm going to be going into the questions about how to activate that growth mindset. So any questions that you have, let them drop in, and I will answer them as we go along. But let's dive into the meat of what we are here today, the questions to activate a growth mindset. So we've done what is a growth mindset. We've talked about why you want to have that, right? And now we're talking about what questions can I ask myself to activate a growth mindset? Okay. And the easiest question that you can ask yourself is how? How? How can I do this? So one of the big red flags I have when I'm talking to clients and I know they're not in the growth mindset is they go, I don't know how to do it. And that's a total shutdown, like as in, I don't want to know how to do it. Okay. I've decided I don't want to know. I'm frustrated. That's it. Okay. And there's like no room to budge. There's no room for exploration. The growth mindset's very much about that explorative side of us, right? And so, one of the easiest questions that you can use when you are operating in your business to activate a growth mindset is to use the question, how? Okay. This works on so many levels, all right? So, when you're talking about something like abundance, like how abundance, as in the amount of money that you're going to invest in a coach, for example, or a program, yeah, it might seem so out of reach for you. The easiest way to activate a growth mindset is to ask, how can I afford that for myself? How can I afford that for myself? Equally, if you're talking about strategy or getting confused about something, it's like, how can I do that strategy? How can I make that work for myself? How can I allow myself to learn? How can I adopt that new technology? Can you see the power of that question, how? Drop me a yes if this is landing for you and you're getting it. Drop me a no if you're not, and I'll try to explain myself a little bit better. As those of you who have watched my lives before, you know these are totally unscripted and I'm just waxing lyrical on something that I think is really important for you to know. Yeah. So how? How can I do this? How is this possible for me? I want you just for a moment, for those of you watching the live and those of you who are watching the replay, if it's safe for you, just close your eyes for a second. And I want you to feel into the question, how? Okay, so for those of you, I know all of you are pretty energetically minded and you can feel your fields of energy, right? When you drop in and you ask your body how, and you ask your mind how, and you ask your energy how, just feel how those words dissipate out into the larger field of consciousness and your energy becomes more permeable, lighter, and expansive. Are you getting a feel of that when you close your eyes and you ask how? As opposed to, now ask yourself this in your mind's eye or out loud, as opposed to, I can't. I can't, I don't know how, I don't want to. Those are sort of the three things that I hear quite a lot. Feel the energy field around you. Feel where your words land. They usually land really close to you, right? Our words are spells. Yeah. Feel where your energy comes in. It's almost like a harder shell around you, right? And now let's drop back into how. So ask, how can I do this? How can I afford this? How am I able to succeed? Able to. You fill in the gap, okay? How am I able to? You fill the gap in. And can you feel the expansiveness of that question? So let me just have a look at these comments. Drop me a yes if you are feeling the difference between that, okay? Because I really want you to know what that feels like. Because for me, it becomes easier to ask questions like this in any setting, right? But not just about growth mindset, but in any setting. It's easier to ask these questions when we can feel it on a bodily level, when we can feel that there is a difference and there is a reason, i.e. a physical difference, why we want to ask that question. Otherwise, it's just another question. It's just another bunch of mind fodder that goes nowhere, right? Okay, let me have a look at these questions before I ramble on. Yes, it makes sense. Saying how repeatedly makes me feel lighter. My heart expands. I can't feel heavy and I feel closed. Yes, yes, exactly. Okay. Mind me as I look over. Yes, you can feel the difference. I can't quite see the my phone or Instagram comments. Sorry, guys, on Instagram. So yes, you can feel the difference. So when you ask how, this is one of the simplest questions that you can activate a growth mindset. Okay. This question is beautiful because it allows you to start activating the creative part of you. Now, each and every one of you has a unique business. It will not look the same as everyone else. It will never look the same. And if you try to make it look the same, it's going to feel really hard. Okay. And so asking how allows your brain to work in alignment with what it is that you desire to create in your business. Okay. So your mind, your brain gets on board with what it is that you want to create in your business and your life, rather than your mind stopping you from what you want to create. Feel the difference. I can't. I don't know how. It's impossible. Those questions that are opposite to a growth mindset, i.e. a stagnant mindset, stop. That is your mind directing your desire, yeah, i.e. stopping your desire. How, the question of how, is asking the mind to support what it is that you wish to create. Yeah. Are you understanding what I'm putting down? Drop me a yes, and let me know. So this is what I equate to, your mind being part of your ego and your heart being part of your spirit. Ideally, the proper place of the ego or the mind is in support of your soul's desire and your soul's mission. Yeah, it's not the other way around. Your mind does not dictate how it is that you move and create in space. Your mind supports what your heart wants to create in space. And so the question of how becomes really powerful, because that is where you're putting your mind and mind/ego, you are putting it in its proper place, which is in support of the desire that you want to create in the world. Yeah. So drop me a yes if you are getting this. Drop me a few hearts. Let me know that this is landing for you. So specific questions would be like, how can I work with that person? I have asked that question personally, right? When I've done a huge investment with a coach and I'm going, oh my gosh, this is way beyond my means. I don't know how, but my heart is going, yes. And then I go, okay, how? How? And my mind gets so creative because your mind likes to be tasked at something, right? And so it is going, well, give me a task and I will complete that for you. Yeah. So your mind, using this question, your mind now becomes the servant to you rather than you being the slave to it. Yes, mind is the tool, not the controller. Exactly. Yeah. Yep, you're getting it. I love it. So the how question allows us to find the way because there is always a way that you can create what it is that you want. Yeah. So I take it back to this question about how to work with a coach because I've been there and I've been like, wow, I know my heart is saying yes to this, but my finances are going, what? No. Right? So the mind, the heart, two different things. And so I then go, how can I make this happen? How can I afford this? How can this happen for me? And so my mind starts opening up to the possibility of how that could happen. Yeah. Oh, you could do that. Oh, you could do that as well. And the ideas start dropping in, right? And this is also partially because of the easing of the energetic space, right? Instead of the barrier up here, there is a flow and there is permeability between what it is that you desire, what it is that you're asking, and the universe providing answers to what is possible for you because everything is possible for you. Everything is possible for you. Even though it might logically seem impossible for you, it isn't. So the question of how activates this growth mindset, puts your mind slash ego back in its proper place where it is now directed to support what it is that your heart desires to do. And of course, it's not just about the money, right? It's about how can I create a unique business? Yeah. How can I not be on social media and still grow my business, right? So I know there are some people who don't love social media and they've found different ways of promoting their business because sometimes we get fed lies by well-intentioned coaches that say that there is certain platforms that you definitely should be on as an online business. It's not true. You get to create your business in whatever style and fashion you desire. And if it hasn't been done before or you don't know how, the question is, how do I do this? How? And as I said before, the mind will go to work. It'll start going, I love this task. Thank you so much, Nick, for giving me this task. And it'll go blah, 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 and it'll start giving you ideas. And then because your energetic field is nice and open, you will start getting intuitive hits of where you need to go. And I have used this so many times, right? I'll be thinking about something and I don't know the question. I'm just rolling with the how. How do I do that? How do I do that? And then I hop on, and of course, there's someone who has posted something that is exactly what I need to learn. Yeah. So when we are in the growth mindset, we're really in the expansive space where we're allowing our soul to speak to us, right? Or the universal consciousness, knowledge that is available to all of us at any one time, to be coming into our field of consciousness. When we are in the stagnant consciousness or mindset, the opposite of the growth mindset, we're really in the ego space. So we're all up here. And our field of consciousness, or what we are able to think and receive, is as tight as our head, right? Basically, no more than what we're already thinking. Yeah. So let me know what is dropping in for you so far. What has been your biggest takeaway as I've been chatting? I'm just going to look over the lip of my computer and see. Ah, yes, beautiful. Hello to those on Instagram. I need to set up my setup a little bit more. So what has been your biggest takeaway from today's Elevate Thursday? Yeah. It wasn't even a few questions to activate a growth mindset. It was one question. How? How? How is that possible? How can I do that? Yeah. I guess another question could be, what would that look like? Yeah. What if that was possible? What if? Oh, that's a good one. What if? Okay, let me have a look at some of these questions. How? How? What if? Yeah, all of those two definitely activate that growth mindset, the want to go beyond what it is that you know. the want that that you ugh, that is not coming back out of my mouth again. I knew that would just be once. Okay, how definitely and how it feels. Yes, awesome. Okay, for those of you who would love some home play, because you know that after Elevate Thursdays, I always set some home play. Now, I'm a firm believer of mindset and energy work, energy first, mindset, and then action. And this is your home play for this week. So go away this week and play with these questions. Where am I stopping myself from being in a growth mindset? Okay, so notice, become aware of when you are at the I can't, I don't know how, when you've got the stubborn Nick going, right? When you've got your stubbornness on and you're like, nah, can't do it, don't know how, not doing it, blah, 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 right? Where am I stopping myself from being in a growth mindset? Yeah. I haven't added this in, but it could be, you could dig a little bit deeper and go, why am I not allowing myself to grow in this area? What am I afraid of? And then the last question would be, what can I ask in the moment that allows me to step into that space of growth? Yeah. Probably a question that starts with how, or maybe a question that starts with what if. Yeah. Both of those are opening you up to possibilities that are beyond what you have experienced before, which is exactly what you have to do to be able to continue to expand and grow. All right, lovelies. Thank you so much for joining me on this Elevate Thursday. I am live every Thursday, 11 o'clock NZT for Elevate Thursdays, either on Facebook in my private group, the Soul Led Business Revolution, where you can catch all of the replays plus some extra goodies. So if you want to be part of that group, let me know. Or on Instagram, I'm also live for Elevate Thursdays. I look forward to hearing how your home play goes if you decide to play with that. I look forward to hearing what else drops in for you from this week's Elevate Thursdays about activating a growth mindset. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And for those of you watching the replay, I am looking forward to hearing how you are relating to the topic that I brought you to today. So I hope to see you next Thursday, same time, where I'll be bringing you another lovely, juicy topic about your mindset, energy, or a strategy that can help you to elevate into your next level of business. Until then, ciao for now. Bye.